Okay, let me shut down the music first. Alright, morning everyone. Welcome back to my live broadcast. Today is 6th November 2020. It's Friday today, end of this week, right? So enjoy your weekend. So wish you enjoy your weekend in advance. And today our topic is about whether or not currently we should take profit or keep holding. Because recently I know a lot of investors who have made some profit and some handsome profit, maybe from NIO or Jiutian Chemical, iFast, all these stocks. Maybe you don't know whether or not you should sell because you're frightened. On one hand, you already got a profit, you feel happy. On the other hand, you are thinking that if I don't sell, what if the market suddenly drop sharply? So you may lose all the profit you have made before, right? So I think many investors have such fears now. And also for some of my members, right? So also asked me, well, I feel really frightened now by the recent 3 or 4 days forceful rally here. So really, I don't know whether or not I should sell or I should keep holding. If I sell, I also fear that maybe in future it might even go up further, right? So today I hope I can help you solve this problem. Take from profits or keep holding now. Okay, the second part will talk about your individual stock diagnosis. And I already mentioned, right? So if you still want to diagnose your stocks, you need to WhatsApp me privately, the name or the ticker of your stock, and maybe more details about whether or not you're holding or you're looking to buy. If you have bought, your cost price, you better give me more detailed information. Okay, and yesterday I saw that some investors, some friends still written down your stocks in the comment section, right? So I mentioned if you leave the stocks there, I cannot diagnose for you, so you need to WhatsApp me privately. Okay, WhatsApp me privately. This is one thing to remind you again. And also, there is a very important notice to make here about this coming Saturday. We have 2 great stock seminars for you. If you are not a Homely member, if you wish to attend these 2 seminars, you need to WhatsApp me also, so that I can help you register for free these 2 seminars. The English seminar is in the morning, coming 7th November, Saturday, right? It's 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. This session is conducted by me, okay? And it's on Zoom. If you prefer English, you WhatsApp me and your name. Also, don't forget your name, okay? I need to register for you. I need to know your name. WhatsApp me your name, and session A means you want to attend the English session in the morning. If you WhatsApp me your name plus session B, means you want to attend the Mandarin session in the afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m. It's the same day, Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday, okay? And if you'd like to attend both, right? You can speak both Mandarin and English. Then you WhatsApp me your name plus A and B, so that I know you'd like to attend both sessions. I will register for you for free and will WhatsApp you the Zoom link roughly 1 hour in advance. Okay? And then also before we start, I still need to remind you that all the stocks mentioned in this video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, not recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own trading. Okay, so firstly, let's check the market performance, because we see why people are considering to sell or don't know whether or not sell or keep holding. That's because, for example, the US market, right? The US market, we see the index already reached the significant resistance level. Okay, so if I bring out the Tai Chi signal, right? So I have mentioned this Tai Chi signal for many times. I cannot remember how many times, because this is the significant resistance, right? This is a significant resistance, the high price of the yellow Tai Chi signal here. We see finally after last night and the second upward gap, right? So we see the price already reached the level. This is the very strong resistance level. And previously we said that maybe the price might continue going up and reach the resistance level, but we didn't expect that it can reach the level at so fast a speed. We were not expecting that the price would reach the level by two big upward gaps and very forceful 3-day rally, right? It's a very forceful rally in just a very short time. And now, considering price already reached the resistance level here, so the probability is very high that in near future the price might turn downwards. Maybe it's tonight the US market might drop here. Maybe even if no big drop tonight, maybe the price might at least sideways here tonight. So the probability that the price can continue going up, give us another very big rise in one day is not that high. Okay, so this is the market regularity. So very forceful rally in a very short time usually will be followed by some sort of correction. So if in near future, tonight or maybe recent several days, the price turn downward, right? So maybe it would have covered the first gap here. When the gap is covered here, this gap would be some sort of support. But if the downward momentum is quite strong, maybe it would drop further to touch or to cover the previous upward gap here, the first upward gap here, right? And that is the level around the yellow lines of Harmony Rainbow. Once this gap is covered, this will be very strong support here. This will be very strong support. And we need to wait and see how the market will fare when the price really reach this level in future. Now we cannot say, because now we're still waiting for the results of the US general election, right? So up until now, so no progress has been made. After last night we get the latest result. Biden, the votes he has got 264, right? And for Donald Trump, that's 210 something, right? Around 220, around that number. If I remember clearly, it's 214, right? For Donald Trump, that's 214. Then for Joe Biden, that's 264. So we say that now seems like Biden only needs an extra 6 or 7 votes to win the president, right? But it's not that easy. Trump is trying to set all kinds of barriers. So now no progress has been made. So we still need to wait for a longer time. Maybe tonight, then let's see whether or not we can have some new progress, or maybe after this weekend or next week, whether or not we can have a more clearer result here. Now, no one can tell. Still, no one can tell. Because although it seems like Biden is leading, but we know very well about Donald Trump, who will not just give up so easily. Okay, so now the results, we still have to wait. And the result will give the market some, let's say, some sort of influence, right? And although this influence might be short term at the very beginning, but still the market will be greatly influenced by the results of the U.S. general president, U.S. general election here. So still need to wait and see. But what we know is currently the price it already reached a very strong resistance level after very fast rally in short time. So usually from the angle of technical analysis, a correction here is necessary and is very likely. Okay, so in near future correction. So here comes the question: if in near future we might have a correction, right? A possible correction here. So should we sell the stocks we already at a profit? For example, U.S. market, we have NIO. NIO recently, well, this is a very beautiful rally. Last night also another big rise last night. So people feel this is too high, right? And whether or not we should sell, that's a problem. And I know some people actually who already sold away on 4th November, fearing that the price might drop at any moment. But then last night continue rising further. And many people are also thinking now, wow, it's about the time to sell. Because it's very, very high. For short term, this rally, how much is this rally? That's 61%. Just in 8 days. No wonder that people might be frightened by this big rally in just 8 days. 60%. So for many people, they cannot even make a profit of 60% in a whole year. But for this NIO, you manage to make a profit of 60% in just 8 days. So yeah, any not ordinary person would feel quite, let's say, uneasy here, frightened, right? But, if you just sell here because of your fear, right? Then actually you are following your gut feelings. But we know that following your gut feelings most of the times are wrong. You can check your trading histories. You can check. So for most of the times you follow your feelings, you were wrong, turned out to be wrong, right? So that's why if we have a software, we have a trading system, so we can make a wiser decision. For example, for this case, we see now it's still recycle, right? So recycle means you can keep holding. For short term, it's still in uptrend. And on the other hand, if you check multicolored dragon, the big boys now is around 100%, nearly 100%, more than 90%, right? So means it's extremely bullish. Okay, so even for short-term trading, you actually can follow the indicator, red circle to hold. And the other thing is, whether or not you should sell, you have to consider, are you considering short-term trading or maybe medium-term trading or even longer term? So if you are considering medium term to long term, all right, so actually even if the circle turn white, you don't need to sell. But of course, the precondition is you need to find a strong stock like this, and your cost level should be as low as possible. So for NIO, for example, if you have bought here, right? So you have bought here the first red circle here, and you are thinking that this is a very good stock. In future, it will have great potentiality. So you want to hold for medium term to long, right? So actually, you can do that because until now you already got a profit around 60%. And in future, even for short term, it has some correction. The next time, after some correction, get support maybe around the yellow lines of Homely Rainbow, turn red circle again, it would keep going up again. So if you hold for a longer time, you might even get much more profit than short term, than this rally for short term, right? And when to consider to sell for medium term trading, and when to stop loss. What if I have bought here, and in future the correction, it turned out to be quite a big one, right? So maybe we need to consider when to sell. Even for medium term trading, we need to set up a sell point or a stop loss point first. So the criteria is the last yellow line of Homely Rainbow. In future, for medium term to long term trading, if the correction here, it dropped below the yellow line of Homely Rainbow here, within 3 days, unable to go back again. That's a confirmed sell point for medium term trading or a confirmed stop loss level. Because now you buy here, your cost price is not that low. If you have bought around, let's say, here, right? So your cost price is very low. And even if the price drop below the yellow lines, then you still can secure majority of your profit because you have bought at the best entry point for medium term to long term trading, right? But if you have bought here recently, 27th October, the first red circle, and you still want to hold for medium term to long because you're thinking that NIO is a very bullish share with great potentiality in future, right? So yeah, if you still sell after the price drop below the yellow line of Homely Rainbow, you would lose the profit for short term. Means you get nothing. You get nothing, right? So if you want to avoid this kind of a possibility, right? So here is another solution, which is, well, you buy here, right? And then in future, if there is a first white circle, right, you can sell partially. You sell parts of your position, so to secure the short-term profit here, right? So 60%, very handsome profit. We want to secure the profit first, no problem. But you still can keep some of your position in holding. In future, if the price drop to the yellow lines here, get support, turn upward again, turn red circle again in future, and hit new highs in future, you will be able to secure bigger profits for medium term to long term trading, right? But even if in future the price drop below the yellow lines of Homely Rainbow, because you already sold partially, you secure the profit here. You stop loss when the price drop below the yellow line of Homely Rainbow. You lose nothing or you lose small amount, but you already secured a big profit here, partially, right? So this is also a very good strategy for you if you are planning to hold for medium term to long term, and at the same time you want to avoid the possibility that in near future the price give us a big drop and below the yellow line you lose the profit you already made. Okay, and if you are only aiming at short-term trading, so everything becomes much more simpler. Okay, becomes simpler because for short-term trading, you just follow the circle, red and white circle. In future, it turns to a white circle. You can sell to secure your profit here. And still, some people are arguing that, well, what if in future the circle turn white and then the price is already a bit low? Let's say in future the circle keep going up. In future the price, let's say a drop, then the circle here turn white circle, right? It turn white circle in future here. It seems like the price is already very low from compared with the high price here. Suppose let me suppose that this is the high, but this may not be really the high here, right? Let me suppose if this is the high for short term, right? And then after that the price keep dropping, and the circle would not turn color immediately when the price begin to drop. It might turn to white when after several days drop. The price is, relatively speaking, a bit low, a bit far away from the high here, right? So you're thinking that if I follow the white circle, I may earn less profits. I know that's the concern of even many homely members who already joined the member and who are already using the software. And for this member who have asked me whether or not he should hold or sell, I think he also think the same way. He was also considering if I follow the white circle to sell, it might be slightly late, right? Okay, so here I want to share with you a method so that you can solve this problem here. Okay, but there is a precondition. The precondition is if you only care for short-term profits, very short-term profits, and you don't care about whether or not in future it can give you even bigger profits. For short term, you just want to secure the profit here, right? So how to sell? Maybe before the circle turn white. The circle turn white is the normal one. It's a normal sell point, can secure majority of your profit. But if you don't want to wait for the white circle, there is another option. The other option is when the price is in the rally, you can always look for the medium or long bullish candle, medium size or long bullish candle here. For example, for NIO, last night, this we can see is a medium size candlestick, right? This is a medium size candlestick. If it's a medium size, you can always set the low price here as your sell point in future. Means that if in near future, right, the price it cannot keep going up, right, and it begin to drop. When the price drop below the low price of last night candle, I will take profit first. Okay, I will not wait for the white circle. This method, the disadvantage is maybe after the drop here, in future the price might turn upward again, hit a new high again because it's still red circle, right? But the advantage is if in future this turned out to be the real the high point for short term, right? Then in future the price drop for the drop, the circle turn white, then you will be able to sell earlier. Okay, so this is the advantage and disadvantage of this method, selling based on the medium size or the long bullish candle. Alright, so what if, let's say tonight, NIO the price keep going up, right? And give you another long bullish candle in future. For example, in future, maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow or in near future, give you a long bullish candle in future, right? So for long bullish candle, you don't check the low price. You check the half level, the half of the candle body, the candle body here, the half level in future. Because half of a long bullish candle usually would provide very strong support or resistance, and it will be the level that both the bulls and the bears would fight for. Would fight for. Okay, so usually the price, if it drop below the half of the long bullish candle, short term the upward momentum turn weak. You sell for short term. Most of the times that's a very wise choice. That's a very good choice. Turned out to be a very good sell point. You check a lot of cases, you will realize that. Okay, and I mean, yeah, for this kind of stock, NIO, right? So if you feel it's too high, you don't want to wait for the white circle in future to sell, you can check the low price of medium size candles, bullish candle, or the half level of the long bullish candle. Once the price drop below these levels, you can sell for short term. This is just a super short term trading to secure your profits, to avoid maybe sell too late. Okay, so this method you can apply for in many cases. For example, Jiutian Chemical is the same, right? Jiutian Chemical, because recent 3 days also is quite forceful rally already. Yesterday, that's another 15%. Okay, so if we calculate in just 3 days, the rally here is already 38%. Also, people may feel frightened here by the heights. And then when to sell, if you don't want to wait for the white circle in future, right? You also can apply the method. For example, we can check the price for Jiutian today. Okay, for Jiutian Chemical today, C8R. Now what we see is today the price is still around the close price of yesterday, right? So it didn't rise much, it didn't drop much. It's around the close price of yesterday. So after I shared with you the method, right? So you know very clearly. Obviously, you don't need to fear. You can keep holding, because yesterday we say this is a long bullish candle. You check the half level. Now the price, close price is around the close price. It never touched the half level. It's very far away from the half level. Even if the price it drop, as long as it remain above the half level of this bullish candle here, I will hold at ease. Okay, I will hold at ease. So this method will help you solve your fears for the height for short-term trading. But this is just a very speculative sell method for short-term trading. Okay, but this is very useful method. And then, for example, this is one kind of situation, right? So we have some other kind of situation. You also might feel quite tricky to deal with when to sell. The case is Google. Because I mentioned Google, this is a big upward gap, right? So after this big upward gap here, I suppose that you already bought, right? You already bought here. The first recircle, maybe the second recircle upward gap, maybe you have bought, and if you have sold away, then no need to consider about the method. But if you still holding after you bought here, right? So whether or not you should sell, the problem is here, right? So because also it's very high for short term. This is a little bit different from the case for NIO or Jiutian Chemical, because this is the upward gap we have here, right? So for this kind of case, how to deal? Actually, we have gap. You can set a gap as your sell points. This is the upward gap here, right? So if in near future the price a drop to the top of the upward gap, get support, go up again, you can just keep holding. If the price drop below, maybe it will you should leave first for short-term trading. And the other thing is, because for this one, this is also considered a long bullish candle here, because for such stocks like Google, this is already very long bullish candle. It's very expensive stock, so 3% of rally is a very long bullish candle already. So means what? You also can check the, oh, this is 5% Google that day, right? 4th November, that's 5%. That's a big bullish candle actually. And you also can check the half here. Half of this long bullish candle. For short term, if it drop below the half level, you can sell first. You can leave first. Okay, so this is the first sell point level. And if you can tolerate even higher risks, right? So maybe you can set the top of this upward gap here as your sell points. And then if you see after the cover here is the gap here is covered in future, right? And if the price gets support at the level again, turn upward again, you may even you can even try to enter again for short-term trading in future. Okay, because the gap is once covered will be a very strong support. If you see get the support at the bottom of the upward gap and turn upward again, for short term there might be another rally. But this is just a short term speculation, alright? And you check the interesting thing, the previous yellow Tai Chi signal, right? The high price is around the same level of this upward gap, around the same level of the open price of this long bullish candle here. So you see, this is a very interesting coincidence here. See? So means this is a very significant level to check. Okay? And yeah, this is for stocks like Google, give you upward gaps, how to deal with. For example, let me show you another example. That's the history, right? So Nike, you still remember Nike? Previously, we also have an upward gap for Nike. You remember, right? So here, for this gap here, what we see is, you see, after this big upward gap here, right? So we can draw the upward gap here first. This is a big upward gap here. We see the price, it drop first, right? Trying to cover the gap. So seems like get some support here. It rise a bit, but can the price break up the previous high here? No. You see? The level, right? The price never break up, never hit a new high here. Then drop, right? So Y circle begin to drop. Begin to drop and check the gap here. See, the gap here is almost covered, but not completely. Okay. Okay, so you see, here roughly we say covered the gap. Mostly the gap is already covered. Only a small space still not yet completely covered. But the price gets support here. Right? Now it turned to recircle again. Last night it turned to recircle again, right? And check the first recircle here. We still have the previous candle here, the upward gap candle here as the resistance level here, right? So if tonight the price can break up this level, this first recircle buy point also will be confirmed. Because we mentioned for red and white circle, first recircle, that's a potential buy. Confirmation comes when after that the close price can be higher than the first red circle high point, the first red circle candle high. So if tonight the price higher than the high of the first red circle candle here, also will break up the resistance of the previous key candle here, the high price of the previous key candle here. Maybe for Nike we can have some other opportunities, because this is a sideways, long-term sideways, and you see the price drop to cover the gap, get support, turn upward again. So this is about some knowledge about gaps. Okay, gaps, the top and the bottom usually would be very strong supports, and most of the times the gap will be covered. When the gap covered, it will be some sort of support. Okay, so today I mainly shared with you two methods to deal with stocks who have been in very forceful rally for short term. The price is very high for short term, so you are fearful you feel frightened by the height. You feel frightened by the height. How to sell earlier for short term to secure more profit, avoid the uncertainties. Okay, but this is very short-term speculation, and if you follow the re-inverse circle, the normal trading, most of the times you can secure majority of your profit. It will be easier for you. Actually, if you really follow the circle here, re-inverse circle, right? You for a while you will realize that. So actually, it's easier to follow the indicator, rather than you take some speculative skills like I have shared with you today. Okay, but I can understand, because this is the human nature. We are frightened by the height. This is the human nature. We cannot totally eliminate this kind of fear. So if you really cannot do that, following the white circle, right? So you can try this method, because this method most of the times can help you secure the biggest profit. And also you will find that most of the times, if really the price drop below the half level of long bullish candle, or the open price of the medium size bullish candle in the middle of the rally, usually that would be close to the end of the short-term rally. It is very effective. The success rate is already very high. That's why I share with you this method. Okay, let me check your individual stocks. I saw some people who have WhatsApped me individual stock to check, right? Let me check. The first one is well, this friend has many stocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 stocks, right? So maybe I help you diagnose one stock, and then for the rest, maybe we can diagnose alone, because we cannot take too much of the other people's time, right? So maybe I help you diagnose one, then later I talk with you privately about the rest. Okay, the first one to check is gold, GOLD, right? So for gold stocks, I remember that recently the price for gold went up, right? Because the dollar has been weak. Recently, I roughly checked. The dollar has been quite weak recently. For gold, it was in uptrend. For sure. Let me check. Where is the gold? GOLD. Yeah, gold. Okay, so no, the New York. Yeah, this is the one. Barrick Gold, right? Barrick Gold. Yeah. Okay, this is very interesting thing. For Barrick Gold, we see short term. This is the first red circle. We see this red circle here. We are faced with a lot of uncertainty, because above we have yellow lines, we have blue lines as resistance, but still we have the possibility the price might go up for short term, because red circle means short-term price likely turn upward. So the following day keep going up, then resistance here, finally break up. Then we have this upward gap and a long bullish candle. This is exactly what I have mentioned today. So it seems like for short term it's very high, right? For short term it's very high. So I'm fearful for the about this height here. So should I sell or should I keep holding? That's a problem. So if you know very well the movement of the gold, right? The price movement of the gold. Maybe you can check the chart for gold to see the support and resistance levels to make a prediction whether or not in future the price might continue going up or might drop, right? But if you don't know that much and you don't want to make it so complicated, you just follow the method I share with you today. Half level. Because this is a long bullish candle, right? So in future, near future, if even there is a correction here, as long as the price remain above the half level here, that's around $28.90. As long as the price remain above this level, you can keep holding. So in future, if there is another long bullish candle again in future, right? So we will check the new long bullish candle, not this one. Our sell point will keep shifting along with the price movement, right? So in future, you find another long bullish candle or maybe medium size bullish candle. If it's a medium size bullish candle, you check the open price rather than the half level, okay? So this is how we can deal. And then we also can check the resistance above gold barrick. Above, of course, the previous high, this will be some sort of resistance. And for this one, because it's keeping hitting new highs, when the price can break up the previous high here, then there will be no resistance above. Means we have even greater rising space in future once the price can break up the resistance here at the previous high. So if in future the price really reach that level, right? And then if the price, it seems like unable to break up the resistance here, then drop, right? Begin to drop. How to decide the sell points? The method I share with you today will be very practical. And actually, if you follow the Y circle, right? In future, maybe a turn to Y circle you sell, you still can keep some of your profit, but maybe the profit is not that much if you sell based on the half of the long bullish candle or the open price of the medium size bullish candle, right? Okay, so you said you have bought around $26, 26, yeah, that's quite low, right? So if you are aiming at the short-term trading, right? If you are aiming at the short-term trading, you can just follow the method I shared with you. And I think for gold, for this one, at least for this barrick gold, right? So you check multicolored dragon, the big boys cannot really remain stably above 50 or 75%. So for this kind of share, I think the short-term to medium-term trading will be a better choice rather than you buy and hold for a long time. Because you buy and hold for very long time, usually the rally will be very slow. Of course, the general direction might be upward, but it will be very slow. You make profit at a very slow speed. If you have enough patience, maybe you can consider hold for medium term to long term, right? Because even for Warren Buffett also is holding, right, barrick gold. So if you don't mind, you can. But if you want to maximize your profit for this kind of share, right, the best choice is short-term trading and short-term to medium-term trading. I mean swing trading. Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That will be better for you to maximize your profit. For barrick gold, for I think for this short-term rally, this is very forceful rally already. 1, 2, 3, 4 for this rally. And in near future, if the price unable to break up the resistance around the previous high, a drop for short term is really necessary to consider selling. But when to sell, follow the method here. Okay, that's the speculative method. And if you don't want to be so complicated, you just follow the red circle. In future, a turn to white circle, right? I sell. Turn to white circle, sell. You still can secure profits. Okay. So this is for Barrick Gold. For the other stocks, I think we can talk later. Okay. So there is one other friend who wants to diagnose Jiutian Chemical, right? So Jiutian Chemical, yeah, SunPower. Okay. So this one, you want me to diagnose which? Jiutian Chemical, right? So for Jiutian Chemical, just now I already mentioned. For Jiutian Chemical, you can check. Currently, yesterday, that is a long bullish candle. As long as the price remain above the half level, you can keep holding. But the precondition is you have followed the red circle, first red circle, the second day you have bought, right? You have bought, you can keep holding. And to sell based on the method I share with you. And also you can choose to sell based on the white circle in future. Okay, you can also sell. You can also choose to sell sell based on the indicator. That will be much more simpler for you. You still can make profit, but only I understand sometimes we cannot follow the principles very easily. We need practice. If you cannot make sure you follow, then you can use the method I share with you today. Okay, for Jiutian Chemical, and let me check some other stock. Some other stock, there is, yeah, SunPower. Also, some other people asked about SunPower, right? So for SunPower, I think it's the same. Yeah, you see today SunPower, it begin to drop. Now it seems like it's a very forceful correction here already, more than 2%. And this candle, bearish candle here, looks so frightening, right? It looks frightening. So should we hold or should we sell? You see the method I share with you today, it can help you, let's say, feel better to relieve your fears for the height. Okay, so half level. Of course, this is a long bullish candle. If the price, the correction here stop dropping around the half level, get support, turn upward again, still can keep holding, right? Still can keep holding. Yeah, but if it drop below the half level, better we leave first for short-term speculation, because usually when the price below the half level of long bullish candle, upward momentum for short-term turn weak. But don't forget, below we still have the red circle as support. Even in future the price drop below the half level, if it gets support at the red circle, turn upward again, still for short term the price might go up again. So this is just a pure short term speculation, right? So if you want to do that, yeah, you follow the method. Short term speculation. If you don't want to be so troublesome, follow the red circle. It's red circle, keep holding. If you cannot do it because you frightened by the height, by the drops, then you follow the method. Okay, half level long bullish candle. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all about today. Mainly, I shared with you a method to sell stocks for short-term speculation. Okay, and in the end, I need to remind you again, if you still haven't yet registered for the free seminars, you WhatsApp me your name and A or B or A and B, so that I can help you register for the free seminars. Okay, for the seminars for free, because you know, winners in the stock market are always winners. So if you want to be a winner, you have to learn. There's no way out except learning. you have to keep learning. So Homely is the stock training school where you can keep learning and improving all the time. Okay, and also in the end, don't forget to give me some ups. Okay, you like the video, give me some ups, and also share with your friends so that more and more people can follow, and I will get more motivation to produce even better, more splendid contents for you in future. Alright, so your support will be my biggest motivation. Looking forward to seeing you next Monday. Bye bye.